Hey YouTube, it's Nikki with Our Simple Life, and I am out in the garden today. I wasn't really prepared to shoot a video, but as I was looking around, I kind of just wanted to do a quick garden tour and show you some of the things that I'm harvesting for dinner each night. So come along with me and check it out. This is not really for dinner tonight, but I do have potatoes sprouting. I planted these back in the fall and the weather got cold and I thought that the freeze killed them, but it looks like the potato seeds stuck around. So we've got them blooming. I'm not quite sure what these are, but we will find out soon enough. I got a couple of turnips still hanging on and more potatoes still sprouting up. Looks like here in a couple of months we're gonna have plenty of potatoes because I just planted this entire side of this bed with potatoes. And this side I did carrots for now, and I did those close to the side of the bed, and then towards the middle here I will go back and plant some other things. In this bed, it is full and lush. So I'm going to go ahead and harvest what I can that's salvageable and go ahead and get that in the freezer and save some for a couple of nights fresh this week. And probably start pulling these out, the ones that I'm not going to let go to seed. Next, over here in the bathtub garden, we have a couple of cabbages. I haven't cleaned out this bed yet. I've got to get the briars out. If anyone has any pointers, please let me know. What I intend on doing is planting tomatoes here so that it will have the fence to climb and trellis on. This new brick bed in the back, I planted strawberries. I did those yesterday. And in this bed beside it, I did the whole row of butter beans right here. And then on the other side, I planted 3 different types of lettuce. I've got a small bed right here that I did soybean edamame. And then these are our raspberry bushes. You see new shoots coming out underneath there. And I've just got garlic planted interspersely throughout there. My asparagus bed is starting to impress me. We've been picking some, but we're gonna go ahead and harvest some more for dinner tonight. So that will be delicious. In this next bed, we've got cabbage and collard greens over there on the side, the far side. And we're going to be filling in these empty spaces very soon. We've got some more cabbage and peas and a standalone broccoli plant. In this middle bed, we're going to be planting tomatoes in here soon. And in this close side, I'm going to go ahead and start some black beans here in the next couple of weeks. I just want to make sure that the risk of frost is gone. Right here, it looks like we have a couple of broccoli plants that were a little delayed, or maybe they were transplants. Some Danvers carrots here, and onions, and garlic. And on our last bed, there's a radish right there in the middle that I'm kind of letting go to see if it'll go to seed. The DeCirco broccoli over there has gone to seed. We've got peas right here and mustard greens starting underneath the peas. And kale. This was kale that I planted last spring, so it's going on almost a year old. These were new beds, so they weren't really mineralized, so I'm hoping that we'll get more lush crop this year. Here's another set of onions and lettuce coming along. There's another blue curled leaf kale that I planted last spring. Some more peas. A couple of stray ox heart carrots. And I have started some more grocery store experiment onions right here. You see the celery is no longer there. It did not make it through the winter. But these bunching onions did. I've got this one is a Vidalia onion that I planted straight from the grocery store as it started to sprout. And you see it is developing well right here. I'm just going to plan on letting that go to seed so that I can save the seeds for additional onions in my garden. Now these are the bunching onions that I got from the grocery store around Thanksgiving. I used them in my recipes and then planted my leftovers out in the garden. And now we've got additional green onions to harvest from. So we will continue to have more peas. And that does it for our quick garden tour. I'm going to get back here and start harvesting the broccoli and some asparagus for dinner tonight. And go ahead and harvest this broccoli so we can freeze some and eat it fresh with dinner. Now this was a hybrid variety, and I just planted it because it was just one of the ones that I had. So I'm not quite sure I will save seeds from it because of being a hybrid. They usually won't come back true to seed, but this was by far one of my best producers for my broccoli this year. It's got tons of shoots and it's got the largest heads than any of my other varieties. They're tight and compact, but it was the Destiny hybrid broccoli. I'm not gonna pull these plants out just yet because number one, these aren't going to seed just yet, and they will send off more side shoots for additional broccoli heads. I will just keep a watch on it. Oh man, look at all of the broccoli that we got just from that one 4-foot row. And we've got plenty of salad greens ready for harvest. I'll go ahead and harvest some for a salad for dinner tonight. And the bugs have really gotten a hold of my spinach. I need to come out here and prune back and spray with neem oil. But they're really kind of making lace out of my spinach. We're supposed to get rain tomorrow, and after that clears up, I will come back behind the rain and spray, because the rain is just going to dilute it anyway. Now we've got quite a bit of lettuce right here. I've just got a mix of gourmet lettuces right here, and then back behind it I've got some romaine type lettuce that we've just been harvesting on the outside leaves so that the plants can continue to grow. And you can use your pruners or just use your fingernail. Just try to keep the center couple of leaves so that they can continue to grow and produce. Now there are some cut and come again varieties where I have seen if you leave about 2 inches on the plant, you can come in and just kind of cut them off the top, and they will do just fine to come back. Just make sure that they've got some greenery, that they can still conduct photosynthesis and come back. I've used both methods throughout our garden this year. Just make sure that you don't cut them all the way down to the ground, that you leave a couple of inches. The last thing that we're going to be harvesting is our asparagus for tonight. We've got several that can be harvested, but since it's going to be raining tomorrow, there is going to be a ton of new asparagus after that rain comes through. So what I want to do is go ahead and prune a couple of these, because they won't be good except for a couple of weeks, because these plants are still new. Some of these I grew from seed last year, so you can tell the difference between these thin spears and then some of these that are coming up. These are probably about the size of a pencil. These small ones are probably about the size of a pencil. And these shoots, the ones that were coming from the root plants that I purchased right here, these are about the size width of a Sharpie. So you can definitely tell a difference. It will be okay to harvest from some of these bigger ones, but from the thinner ones, of course, we want to let those grow and absorb any energy from their growth this year. Well, here's what we've harvested today for dinner tonight. We've got several shoots of asparagus, a nice salad, and lots of broccoli. Thank you for hanging out with me today in my garden. I hope that you join me again soon, and I will continue to keep you updated on what we're harvesting from the garden. If you like this content, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and give me a big thumbs up so that you can hang out in the garden with me all season long. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you next time in the garden. Bye-bye.